This one right here is absolutely heartbreaking, but I had to share it with you. Prepare yourself.
Wife, or let's just say I had a wife. I had two kids. Um, Both of them, all three of them, died. Um, the other night, I almost died. My life was spared by the grace of God. I do believe that. Um, I rode the wave on the top of my house down the river. Um, I watched my kids and my wife die before the house actually got going. Um, Eventually, I ended up swimming out myself and just really worried about my kids and my wife. It's been 6 days. Uh, there's been no resources, like these people have said before me, and the only resources that are here is the community. This community has been wonderful. They've done a lot. Different contractors have come in with their own equipment, taking care of things. Now to the ranch that is talking, these people are talking about, that no one is being able to get access to. I today said fuck it and to jump the fence, which was what I needed to do. My daughter is still missing. I did not mention that earlier in the introduction. Her name is Felicity Faith Jarman. She's missing still. These guys will not let us on their ranch with the proper equipment. Like I said, I was there today. I jumped the fence. I probably walked 2 miles of the area, got to another ranch, and they welcomed us. This lady welcomed us. The LBJ Ranch welcomed us. Somebody else didn't. And there's a lot of debris. My personal debris. My car is there. I probably got 3 boats there. We found my wife's Venmo card there today. My wife was found 5 miles down the creek. She went actually through the ranch. Okay. Now this is a long way. There's a lot of mean territory. There's dead animals in there. There's dead pigs. It's just a mess. I personally am asking for help from everybody. If you got a mouth, say something. If you got an arm, swing it. Swing it in the right direction to where we can get something done out here. Because a lot has been said that is not true. I think more things need to happen. I'm just asking, where is the people of the world today that we call FEMA, that we call Travis County? Where are they at? You know, where are they at? They're letting people hoard a driveway. I was told that this driveway is for emergency. I didn't understand that, so I just hopped the fence. I was there for 2-3 hours. I couldn't smell nothing but death every 100 yards. It was a pile of debris that smelled like death. All we're asking for is some help from the feds. Bring the game here. Sandy Creek, Leander, Texas.
Oh, man. Oh, I couldn't imagine to be powerless, helpless, and you have to watch your family float away. Your kids, your wife, and there's nothing you can do. Praying for that brother, man. I'm gonna pray for him. I don't know how he got in front of that camera without breaking down. I couldn't have done it. Here's Greg Abbott, though.
Hey, Governor, I didn't say to 15 dollars the state of Texas on the North Coast. I've felt this so many people, we've seen so many across the country. When I was governor during Hurricane Harvey, but never have I seen a response as quick or as effective as I have the Trump administration response to this storm. Trump immediately granted a request, immediately called to help, immediately sent down Chrissy Note, and I've dealt with a lot of staff administrators or secretaries of cabinets who have come to the state of Texas to help out. No one has been as actively hands-on and swiftly delivering results as much as Christy Nome. So this response by President Trump has been the swiftest, most effective that any president has ever delivered. Record amount of support, record amount of time, record immediate result. What the Trump administration has done and what Christy Nome have done is to surge people who have been experienced at dealing with challenges like this. For example, when Christy Nome was here with us, saw what was needed, she made a phone call to search and response teams and got them here in less than 24 hours. And they are trained at this type of operation. What we've done for the resources provided by the Trump administration, by the state of Texas, at the local level, we've combined resources to make sure that we are covering every square inch of the land. And as they continue to fix a certain area of land, they mark it off in a matrix, knowing that area has been covered. Doesn't mean they're not going to go back and cover it again. They're just making sure they check the box as they go down the stream on the first, second, and third trips down there, knowing that things constantly change on that river. But we have air and ground resources that are needed, and we're thankful not only for the Trump administration, but I've been contacted by so many states, and other governors have either already sent or have on their way to Texas their own search and rescue teams to assist in this effort.
Trying to get the people the help that they need. You love to see it. You love to see it. Uncle Trump took a visit down to Texas to survey the damage as well. Here he is.
Here we do have President Trump, First Lady as well, along with Governor Greg Abbott. They are on the ground in Kerrville right now, getting an update from local and state officials on the tragic flooding and deadly flooding that has happened a week ago. Hard to believe it's just been a week right now. I know so many people that are in the community that have been feeling that this has been months now, just 1 week, because of all of the issues and, of course, just trying to get back to square one for so many. Dealing with maybe potential loss of home or just an area that they feel comfortable in. And it's much different right now. And we've been talking to the Salvation Army, American Red Cross this past week.
Man, absolutely wild stuff, man. Absolutely wild stuff. But there's something interesting that was happening in Texas during this entire situation. And yeah, I know some folks are going to call me a conspiracy theorist. I get it. But it is interesting. And I think it is something that should be discussed. And that is cloud seeding. Check it out.
Welcome back. Congress is looking to take action, at least some in Congress, after the tragic flooding in Texas. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is targeting weather modification. She announced on X, introducing a bill that prohibits the injection, release, or dispersion of chemicals into the atmosphere for the express purpose of altering the weather, adding, it will be a felony offense. We must end the dangerous and deadly practice of weather modification. Now, one of the techniques under the umbrella of weather modification is cloud seeding. It's an experiment that dates back to 1946, and it's now especially widespread in Texas, covering about 1 million acres. So, what is cloud seeding? It's a technique designed to help a cloud produce more rain, and here's how it works. A chemical compound, most oftenly silver iodide, is used to form small crystals that are put into clouds. It's usually by a drone. That process then helps trigger rain. It can also reduce hail and clear fog. It's produced, by the way, modest results so far, increasing rainfall anywhere from 5 to 20%. Now, here's how it's used. States use cloud seeding to produce rain in areas that are experiencing drought. It can also help generate snow in mountain regions. One of the instances of how it's been used in history, by the way, is Operation Popeye in the Vietnam War. Our army used it to prolong the monsoon season, hoping to bog down the Viet Cong's logistics line, making it harder for them to reinforce the front line. Now, my next guest is an expert in this field. He's also been the center of a lot of controversy since the flooding in Texas. And here's what he has said in the past about cloud seeding.
If you have the right kind of radar and you fly in a zigzag, right, or in a circle, or in your initials, and you only see precipitation on the radar in your flight track, then you can say, oh, that is definitively man-made because we flew in this zigzag or we flew in this spiral and there's only precipitation occurring in that shape. They did that in Idaho in 2017 multiple times.
Now, I want you to take a look at this. The red line at the bottom of your screen, that's the flight path of his company, Rainmaker, and their cloud seeding operations on July 2nd, just days before the deadly Texas floods. Now some are questioning whether or not that flight played a role in the floods. Joining me now.
I think that's a fair question to ask. I think that's a very fair question to ask. Did that have something to do with the amount of water that they had rushing in Texas? You guys let me know in the comments what you think. But it gets even worse because apparently a Texas fire chief, Chief Baker, did something that was unthinkable. Check it out.
The Austin fire chief is under fire, not for what he did, but for what the firefighters union says he didn't do.
We have the resources, we have the training, we have the personnel.
The union president says Chief Baker held back trained crews during last week's deadly floods, even though they were ready to respond.
I started sending pictures with their names by them. I said, Chief, open these up and zoom in on these little faces, 8 to 10 years old. We need to do something. No response. No deployment.
He said Austin firefighters were requested on July 2nd and 3rd before the flooding even started. Austin said no both times.
What was said up and down the chain is, do not deploy, don't even ask. Within our department, he's known as a bully. He's known as being vindictive. He's known as being retaliatory. So when you have an order coming down the chain that says, we don't deploy, don't even ask, people know what that means. And people didn't deploy when they normally would have because of that direct order.
Chief Baker defends his decision, saying he had to balance helping other communities while protecting Austin.
Chief Baker is so concerned about, squeezing pennies here and saving money rather than saving people.
With nearly 40 years of firefighting experience under his belt, Nick says he doesn't make these claims lightly.
I used to be a part of the original Swiftwater team. I know the conditions. I absolutely believe that lives were lost because Austin firefighters did not deploy. I know some of those girls could have been survived if we had had the best boat crew the day before on scene. I know it. I know it in my heart. And the fact that we didn't do it and we let them down is just, it's unconscionable.
The union is now considering a no confidence vote for Chief Baker.
This is just the tipping point where we can no longer pretend that the chief, is competent enough to continue as our leader.
He's wasting no time making some changes.
One change Chief Joel Baker is working on is how to diversify the department and recruit more members of the LGBTQ community.
I want the members of the LGBTQ community to know that the Austin Fire Department is a place they're welcome. Your sexual orientation has no impact on dragging a fire hose or starting an ID line or starting doing CPR or fighting the fire. I don't try to dwell on me being the first African-American fire chief, because that's not important. What's important is I'm not the last African-American fire chief. That's more important than being the first. One of my goals is really to increase the diversity of the Austin Fire Department. It needs to reflect more of the community we serve, because I believe the youth of the Austin, youth in general, you will be what you see. So for those young African-American, young Latinos, or people in the Asian community or the LGBT community, they see more firefighters that look like them and have similar values to them, then they want to choose the Austin Fire Department as a career.
Chief Baker for you, ladies and gentlemen. Possibly could have saved lives if he just would have sent the correct people down there when he should have. According to this report, they requested it 2 days before the tragedy. A day or two before the tragedy. So they could have been down there with boats, with guys who have trained to save lives in these types of situations. But he refused. He refused. told them no. And the results, children lost their lives. Now, is it possible that they would have lost their lives anyway? Yeah, it's possible. But the fact that you couldn't even send the crew down there to even try, he should have been fired immediately. Immediately. It's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy. This is just absolutely unacceptable. And what you saw there at the end was his focus on diversity. I don't care who's dragging me out of a fire or who's dragging me out of a flooded river. I don't give a damn what you look like. Can you save me should be the only question that should be answered. Your skin color has nothing to do with it. So the fact that you focusing on skin color and this whole diversity bullshit, you should have been fired the moment you said that. The only requirement should be the basic requirements of a firefighter. And as far as I know, there is a test that firefighters have to go through. Can you carry a body out of a burning house? Can you do it? Yes or no? Doesn't matter what skin color you are. Why are you even focusing on that? Who gives a shit? Like, it's ridiculous, man. These folks honestly disgust me. Disgust me. You think people are asking as they're floating down the river, can please a black person save me? Can an Asian person save me, please? Like, no, they just want to be saved. So stupid, man. This whole thing is so stupid. Goodness gracious, man. Disgusting stuff, but y'all get in the comments and let me know what you think. All right? Stay safe out there. Peace.